In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to articulate our thoughts, how to master communication, and how to influence people when we talk. Everyone dreams to be a good fluent communicator, fluent speaker, and want to influence people when they talk. But what they miss is the importance of articulation of thoughts. So when somebody asks us question, we are in a hurry to answer them. We are in a hurry, we are in a rush to answer them, that we think that when we spontaneously answer, when we spontaneously reply, we sound fluent in English, we sound fluent in our communication, and then without articulating the thoughts, we just utter the words. And we lose our importance of communication, and hence we fail to influence people when we talk. So today the entire lesson is on how to articulate our thoughts before we speak. Okay, before we speak, it is not like just whatever random comes in our mind we have to speak out. Okay, that is not what is communication. The purpose of communication is to explicit our thoughts, to explain our thoughts in a very nice, subtle, and a very planned way, so that the listener get exactly what you want to communicate. When you are in a hurry, when you rush to answer, you don't articulate your thoughts, and then hence you fail to explain the right message, what you want to say. So let's start. So now we are going to know the importance how we can articulate our thoughts before we speak, and how we can influence people when we talk. So friends, we all know that speaking, communication is such an important thing, such an important aspect of our success, of our life. And it isn't easy to speak. Okay, and we are aware communication is everything, and our success is entirely dependent on our ability to communicate. So for that, I'm going to share you 6 secrets how effectively you can communicate and how well you can influence people when you talk. Before we proceed with articulation of thoughts, I just want to explain about the category of people. Okay, there are 3 category of people. There are 3 type of people. They are, the number 1 is the arrogant, and the second one is the fool, and the third one is the student. So what they are? The arrogant. Who is an arrogant? The arrogant thinks he is great at communicating without ever learning, without ever improving the skill. Okay, he thinks that he knows everything and there is no need of learning or there is no need of improving our communication. The second one is the fool. Okay, the fool, he underestimates the power of communication. He doesn't think that communication matters, and hence he miss many opportunities which comes on his way, and that's why he's considered as a fool. And number 3 is the student. Who is the student? The student is somebody who knows that they are not born with elite communication skills, and they know that they need to work on their communication, and hence they emphasize on learning and improving their communication, and they are the one who are the most successful people in life. Okay, and why we have to communicate, why we have to master communication, what is the importance, what we get when we communicate, when we master our communication. So when we master our communication, it helps people to understand us better. What we are intended to say, they receive the exact message, and there is less chance of misinterpretation. And second thing is we gain respect in society. Hence, when we are clear in our message, what we want to say, we are passing the same thing, then there is more chances people respect our words, people respect us. And third thing is people many started following us. Like what we say, they trust our word and hence they follow us. I just want to say, like, who is the great leader? There is no leader can be without good communication skill. So, if you want to be a good leader, if you want to influence people, then it is a must. Something I could say, like, to master the art of communication. There is no leader without good communication skill. And like I just want to say something, the tragedy, the pathetic part of our one of a sector of our society, many people think that our action matters than communication. Okay, there is no need to learn communication. What technical knowledge we have, what we are good at, that is sufficient for us to become success. But that exactly not the truth, my friends. You might have seen many people, they are good at their craft, whatever the subjects they are, like, they are very expert in that, but they are unable to express, they are unable to explain people, and hence they lag behind, and they are not recognized by the society. They are unable to keep their thoughts properly in front of people, and hence they miss many opportunities. So now I just want to share 6 tips to you how you can be good at communication, how you can articulate your thoughts before you speak. So the number one tip to enhance your communication, to articulate your thoughts, is to think before you speak. What do you mean by think before you speak? Means, like, it is not like somebody asks you any question and on spot, without preparing yourself the answer, whatever thoughts comes to your mind, you start speaking on it. No, that is not the right way of communication, and you may not be properly influenced to people. So what we have to do, we have to think before we speak. Okay, nobody asks you as soon as any question is thrown to you, you have to reply. Take some time. Articulate thoughts, several thoughts pass through your mind. Okay, pick up the right thoughts. Organize it before you speak. Okay, and then you speak. Okay, so that technique is known as brief pause technique. Okay, so before you speak anything, before you come to any conclusion, come to any answer, articulate, think within your mind, what is the right best answer for this question. Okay, pick up that particular answer. Okay, then you influence people, then your answer hold weights, your answer carry weightage, and people take your opinion, people ask questions to you, people take your suggestions. Okay, and people love to talk with you when you give some value to them. It is not that randomly what comes to your mind you start speaking that. Okay, the more often you pause before you speak, the shorter the pause becomes over time. So what does it mean is, like, initially people may think you may feel odd. Okay, what people will think if we take pause. Okay, but the pauses are not be so long. Over the period of time, you master the art, you master the thought process, and the pause duration will reduce because you're training your mind to speak under pressure, to speak spontaneously. So slowly, gradually, what will happen, the pause period will come down, and you spontaneously start speaking, and spontaneously your brain will provide the answer reply, because you're training your brain. But at the initial stage, you have to take proper pause, think and speak. Now the next technique is pick the right words and tonality. This is very crucial, friends. Like, there are, to answer one question, there are thousands of ways to reply that. Okay, but what is the most important thing is, like, the right words for that question. that matters. Like, okay, so you have to choose, make the right selection of words plus that tonality, how you speak. Okay, words plus tonality can make day night difference, friends. The right words spoken with wrong tonality leaves a wrong impression, and the receiver will take the positive words in a negative way. So choose the words carry weights, always considered how they might be received by the other person. It's not just about the content, the words you are saying, but how the person would receive it. Your tonality, your choice of words matter, friends. To become master of articulation, it is to become master of your tongue. So you should, before you speak, you have to see whether you are able to answer that. If you are unable to answer that word, then don't answer it. Okay, straight away bite your tongue. Number 3 is how to be a great listener. See, it is not, many of us think that when somebody asks a question or something like that, okay, we rush to answer, we want to express ourselves without articulating our thoughts and all, like, okay, and we think that when we answer spontaneously, when we speak fast, we become fluent. People will consider us fluent communicator, master at communication and all, like. But the crux of it, the essence of it is like not in communication, but it is in listening. How good you are in listening, that much you leave impression, that good communicator you become. Listening is the great art, listening is the great talent which many people don't pay focusly. Many people, to be fluent in communication, they just want to speak, but they forget this aspect, that speaking also, not also, like, speaking is the most essential, sorry, listening is the most essential, crucial part of any communication. It is not that speaking is the essential aspect, no doubt that speaking holds weight, like, but the most important and most difficult aspect of communication is to be a good listener. And it is not that easy, friends, to be a good listener. Why we must become a good listener? What is the need we must become a good listener? Everyone likes to talk about themselves, they want to keep out their heart, they want to share their emotion, their experiences, their likes, their dislikes, and they are searching somebody to lend an ear to their conversation. And when you become that person, good listener, they always like to communicate with you, and this is the best way you can influence other person. Most people don't know this secret, that winning formula, winning somebody's heart, is through lending your ear, listening to them actively. And it is not that easy, friend. Listening is not that easy, and it is an art that one must master. And now I'm going to share few tips to you to be to be a good listener. The number 1 tip is, do not interrupt. When somebody is communicating, when somebody is speaking, so it is bad manners, it is considered as bad manners when you interrupt somebody during their conversation. Being interrupted is frustrating for the other person. Okay, and this leaves an impression on other person's mind, on the speaker's mind, that their talks are not important to you. You don't think that their talks hold weights, and or else you may not have time for their talks. So when you interrupt other person, you leave wrong impression in their mind, and next time that person may not feel like communicating with you, not feel like speaking with you. So this is one thing which you should avoid during any conversation. Don't interrupt. Non-verbal communication. Number 2 tip is non-verbal communication. What is non-verbal communication, friends? Verbal communication, we all know that what we speak through words, that is verbal communication. Non-verbal communication also hold equal importance than what we speak. For example, somebody is speaking to us, somebody is communicating with us, and we are not paying attention to their communication. For example, when somebody is speaking to you and you are looking here, there, you're not paying the attention. So the speaker will get to know that you are not interested in their talks. Okay, so the best way of non-verbal communication is like maintaining good eye contact. When somebody is speaking to you, try to maintain good eye contact. Okay, when you maintain eye contact, you leave the impression that you are interested in their talks. And when they are speaking something, try to nod your head. This is also non-verbal communication. Right, mm-hmm. So this, when you tell this, all this non-verbal communication, nodding head, maintaining eye contact, giving a smile, or just like expressing yourself, okay, and leaning towards them, like making them feel that you are interested in their talks. So smile, making gestures according to their conversation, all this matters, friends. Now, number 3 tips, like to be a good listener, is to listen without judging. Many of us has this bad habit of judging somebody. Like when somebody is communicating, their talks is not yet over, and we try to predict the outcome, and we just come to the conclusion. Okay, listening without judging or jumping to conclusion is very crucial. Don't try to predict what other person is going to say, and don't plan or response, because you cannot listen and prepare at the same time. So it is very wrong way of listening is like somebody is telling something, and before the talks get over, you are you're predicting that this could be the person wants to say or something, and you come to some conclusion and all, like so that this is not. Wait patiently, listen to them, and then come to a conclusion. Okay, and number 4 tips to be a good listener is to don't impose your opinion or solution on others. Okay, so whatever the speaker is speaking, let he or she speaks, let he or she complete the talk, let he or she comes to a conclusion by themselves. So what you can do is just help them with questions. Okay, ask appropriate questions, right questions, so that the speaker itself come to a conclusion, or give some suggestion, but not imposing your suggestion or solution on them, like. And number 4 tip to improve your articulation of thought is to keep the conversation concise, precise. Okay, many of us has this bad habit of looping around the bushes. Okay, without coming to the main point, they just talk irrelevant talks, and it is not to the point for what the conversation is happening. Okay, what they want to speak, they are not coming to that particular point, but apart from that, they are speaking the entire talks. They love to talk, but the listener is not having that much of time. He's not having that much of patience to listen to your entire conversation or irrelevant talks. So what is the most important thing is like talk precisely. Okay, most people talks a lot without coming to the point. It is important to get to know how to get to the point with as few words as possible, because it shows the respect for the listener time and attention, and your speech becomes 10 times better, friends. So don't waste the time of the listener. Otherwise, next time the listener won't listen to your talks, because he or she knows that this person is going to waste my time, and he or she is going to look around the bushes instead of coming to the point. It's better they avoid you, they avoid speaking with you. And the fifth technique to articulate your thought is practice. How will you practice articulation of thoughts? So the one thing is input, and the second thing is output. So what is input? Reading books is an input, friends. It helps, reading books helps you to expand your vocabulary, to get to know the better sentence structure. And when you read books relevant to your topics, what topic you're going to speak, when you read books relevant to your topics, you get vast ideas, and out of those ideas you can pick up some right ideas, the best ideas to communicate. So this reading is the best way to enhance your communication, to articulate your thoughts, to pick up the right vocabulary, the best vocabulary, best sentence structure. So reading is the best way of articulation of thoughts. Reading is the best way of communication, improving your communication. And the second thing is writing. Writing a journal is very essential, very crucial part of learning any language or mastering any language, or mastering means helping your brain to give the best idea, best answer, best reply for the particular topic or problem or solution. So there are several thoughts ponder over our mind, okay, and out of the thoughts, when we articulate, when we pick the right one, and each time we train our brain, so give the best answer, give the best reply, and we are training every day to our brain how to articulate thoughts. So during our speech, during our conversation, our brain is trained to give the right and best answer, best reply, so that you become a good communicator and you can influence people, friends. Now the last technique is last and the best technique, I could say, like, is to develop your unique speaking style. So everyone are unique in this world, okay, their features, their voice, their appearance, everything is different, everything is unique. God has created everyone as unique, and we have to develop our unique speaking style as well. Like, okay, how to develop? See, we are not born speaker, born communicator. Like, okay, we have to develop by developing habits. So we have to first at the initial stage, to become a good speaker, what we have to do is to follow good speaker, like whom you want to become. Okay, it is not that you have to follow means, like, many people wrongly takes that following somebody is like copying them, and we lose our identity. Okay, so for that you need not to follow one speaker. What you have to do is pick up few speakers whom you want to become, and you just absorb their style, absorb their techniques. Okay, so you just try to imitate them. Okay, and what will happen when you pick up from few of your speakers, you like, it is not that one person you're absorbing many speakers, and the best part of their speaking you just pick up, and you develop your, you combine all their aspect, what you like in them. So then you make your own speaking style, and that becomes like unique and creative speaking style, and you become a good at communication, friends. I hope you understood what exactly I want to say. And here we comes to an end of this articulation of thoughts. I hope you might have got some insight out of this class, and you may follow this articulation of thoughts. You may follow this guideline, and you may improve your speaking. You may improve your conversation, and it may help you to influence people, and it may help you to grow in your career, in your personal and professional life, friends. Happy learning to all, friends.